Like, do the work. That's the key. Do the work.
Foundation's there. You just gotta build the
wall.
wall.
It's already there. Another thing is you have to understand process. You gotta understand process. It's very simple. I'm not gonna take too much time with this. I had an equation for you to solve. But if you have an equation like 4 times 2 plus 3, divided by 6 minus 3, most people will fail this equation. Right?
Yep.
How you solve this equation? This is a key. BODMAS. Write this word down. Those who are not, Africa, write this down. Because you have to do the bracket. There's a bracket here. Oh, this is done by default. Maybe like something like that. You do what is in brackets first. Let me write this again. 4 plus 2. Divided by 6 minus 3. Plus 4. So if you have this, you do this first. Everything that's in brackets, you do it first. And then you say maybe 10% of, times 10% of. So if you had, a percentage, you do the 10% of this is 10. So then you do the division. Any division, you do it, and all that. And then you redo the equation. Because there's a process, that's the whole key. There's a process, there's a flow, there's a system, there's a strategy. So if you're doing a business or a relationship and you start with something else, you cannot come back to here. You already messed it up. I see that. That's the minute you just do that, the energy has changed. Because the different spiritual energies have come down. You cannot go back to these guys here. They don't get it. They don't get it because their time in that process to help you was here. Now you move into another time zone, the 9th hour. There's something that's happened at that hour. So you trying to do something at the 9th hour that you should have done here? Ain't gonna work. So most relationships, they don't follow the process. Most businesses don't follow the process. Studying doesn't follow the process. Healing doesn't follow the process. Even healing, one healer called me from Africa, oh, what is going like that? I'm like, you can't. Disease has a cycle. Already hidden here, let the doctors do what they do. Don't push them to give her more medication. You're going to kill her. He understood it. Because healers need healers. Because he was pushing it out there. A healer, his wife was sick. And he said, my wife is not like, she had typhoid. And he was pushing the doctors to give her medication. They got tired of him and they just kept giving her medication. Because he has too much power, a little guy, but he has too much power. When he called me and said they're going to kill her, you're going to kill your wife because they're upset with you, they give you the medication, but now it's going to be overdosed. Because it's a disease process. So the disease has already started. It doesn't matter how much medication you give her, that said you have to. You just need to be still and know. So the second key is timing, the strategy, BODMAS, comprehension, follow the system. Because if you don't follow it in your business, in your life, in your daily routine, it's going to be hard, to really be highly successful. Then the third key, I already talked about it, is the intersection. And that is the secret right there. Because things happen, everything has that place where things come into balance. The respiratory system, everything is working. Digestive system, you can't hold the digestive system so the respiratory system can work. They all are working at the same time. Everybody's taking care of the other. Heartbeat is going, it's pumping. The structural system is working. So you have to always have that balance at that intersection level. You do things that is going to help everybody. Whether it's in a business, you're a manager, everybody brings their tools in there. How does it serve the corporation? That intersection, that's the secret. That's something I discovered. Nutrition, carbohydrates, protein, everything needs its place. Some are more, some are less. If you have questions, ask. We run out of time, so I'm going to go through this a little quicker. We can come back later. So that is the third key. I had a lot of that third key, because that's the secret right now.
I have a question. When you have the fire, how do you keep that fire going?
how you keep that fire going. We
Wake up and you say, wow,
yeah,
this idea, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to do this, and then that lasts for about
yeah, I have that. Energy, I have that right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Thank you. The morning routine. We talk about the morning routine. The morning routine is so crucial. Oh, please. Morning routine. Many people who, if you want to succeed,
This is the fourth,
the fourth one, 14.
yeah, the fourth one. The morning run. The other one was choice. Yeah,
Oh, you
choice.
said morning. I think you said
Morning. Morning, like when you wake up in the morning. The morning
I think
routine.
you said money. I said, what's the money routine? I like that one.
Yeah. You have to have a schedule. You have to wake up. Everything that happens right here, people who woke up earlier have, their whole day has already been taken care of. If you don't do that grounding thing in the morning, whatever you do when you wake up before you go out there, your day is scattered. If you see the rays of the sun right here, you don't even see the sun. It's already done a lot. The bamboo, what, takes 2.5 years? You plant it, you don't see anything. 2.5 years. And then when it comes out, in 90 days, that thing grows like 30 feet. But in 2.5 years, you like, this thing's not working. So there are a lot of foundations that have to be laid. Your morning routine is so crucial, like I told the priest. He needs to forget about the routine thing they do when they wake up, do whatever, how many, whatever they I don't know. He needs to find a time when he spends and grounds himself. And this takes place with meditation, this takes place with exercises. When we do the thing in March on exercises, there are like just 6 exercises you need to do to stretch, to keep yourself. So when you're in your 50s like me, you know, you gotta keep going, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that morning routine determines whatever happens all day. Most of the highly successful men, if you read their biography or whatever, they wake up very early, they do a lot before they go out to the job. Because you going out there, you meeting all sorts of crazy stuff. From business to traffic to anything. If you don't have that here, this will determine the rest of your day. The structure and all that. Another part with that, you need to do, pick a goal. You all had a goal that you want to solve, right? Okay. So list like 3 things. You know, just list 3 things that you can do to resolve that goal, based on what we've discussed. You know, because if we were doing this more like an all-day workshop, I'll have you list all the goals. You can do that. You can list all your goals. Just do a page here. You're gonna work on it later. You list all the goals you want to accomplish in your life. Everything you think about, 20, 100, list them. Then you pick 5. Pick 5 that it was guaranteed. That's what I did. Pick 5 things that this is what you, don't forget about the money. Don't worry whether you're gonna make money out of this or not. Pick 5 things that you want to spend the rest of your life doing. Money is guaranteed. What would be the 5 things? Because a lot of us are failing because we're doing everything else except our purpose. This is what I did years ago. One of my first things was to be spiritually illuminated, to know the Lord. And I hope that comes through in my books or what I teach. It was a conscious choice. I don't just know Him because I was reading the Bible. I made a choice. So things now flow through me. Another one I wanted to do was to grow more in my healing, knowledge of healing and all that. So I started learning healing. I discovered a lot of things. Another one was to get into real estate. You know, as I'm going older and retirement is coming, I'm like, okay, you know, but that started working also. You know, there are certain things if you choose it, when the opportunities are coming, you will be conscious of them. But the opportunities are there, the messages are coming through. But if you are not receptive and you have not made that choice, you won't know it's for you. You won't know love if you hit on your door, if you haven't made a choice to be conscious of love. All the best lovers can come, women and men to be in your life and help you, you will block it. So just list a few things you want to do, pick a goal, and what you do with the calendar I gave you, because that's what I did to write that book. You take the calendar and you map out a day. Because everything, you have to take care of your spiritual life, you have to take care of your health, you got to take care of your relationships, you got to take care of your finances, you got to take care of the community, you got to take care of the house and family, that all areas of your life. Each area of your life needs to be in balance. Like I talked about the digestive tract, the circulation, the respiratory system, you know, all those systems are working together at every time. The carbohydrates, the proteins, the fat, the minerals, the trace minerals, they all need to be working at the same time. You know, the spirit and the physical, they all need to be working at the same time. So when you shortchange yourself, like most church women, they stay in church a lot, they work, and they take care of the kids. So the other systems, the finances, the relationships, the community, the health fall short. So they get sick, they get diabetic, they get a lot of things happening. So what you do, we take each of these areas. Like I said, this is when I work with people, it takes a lot. But I need to give you this today. And you pick 3 goals. Let me say in your spiritual life. What are the 3 main goals? Because you cannot do everything. Multitasking. You're gonna go nowhere. You're gonna just keep it out. Then you pick 3 key things. That's what I did. And can I have a calendar?
Oh yeah.
One, just one. Show you what to do. No, you use yours. Fine. So you take. This is what I have used to get wherever I'm going to. Like I said, I only do this in coaching situations, you know, but you all are my first people, and I need to give you everything I have. You know what I'm saying? For this system that we are doing now for real, we're going to keep doing this. And you take the calendar and you say for the things you talked about is your spiritual life. What are 3 things you're going to do for your spiritual life? Because you're going to write 10 things, you're not going to do them, but you're going to have to do them. So you pick a date in the calendar and put those dates there. So give me something somebody's working on, you know, spiritual life or whatever. Just something.
I'm joining a church tomorrow. Joining a church tomorrow.
You joining a church? Okay. That's part of your spiritual life?
It's part of it. It's getting the foundation.
Okay. The foundation. So you're joining the church tomorrow. Okay.
And then from there,
you know, what are you going to do regarding your spiritual life? Joining the church?
I get the yoga for me.
Okay. Were you saying something?
praying.
I thought you were...
I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
You can have a goal like maybe read the Bible for a year, for 1 year.
For 1 year, that's the goal? Okay. So now, because the church you've already joined, I cannot... You're already doing that tomorrow. I want something that you're going to do, 3 things you're going to do awesome every week.
Meditation is part of my prayer.
Okay, what time?
What time? It'll be in the evening.
What time?
I would say 10 o'clock.
What time? 10 to what?
10 to...
I'm asking this question for a reason.
10 to 15.
Because you're not going to do it till 10 o'clock.
10 to 10:15.
10 to 10:15. Read the Bible in a year, what time? What day?
In the morning.
Every day?
In the morning, every day.
Okay.
If you commit to read the Bible for a year, you got to make some reading every day.
Okay.
So 15 minutes every day, let's say from 7 or 6 to 6.
So what do you do now? You take that, you got to write it down. That's what I'm bringing you all down, you know. So you say 6 to 6:15 a.m. And then you is 10 to 10 whatever p.m.
10 to 10:15.
Okay. So you is every day. So this, you have to write this every day. You have to do this.